Welcome to Sales Pages That Convert. I'm so excited to be jumping in here into the first lesson of this training program. And as the slide says, this is a step-by-step course. Now we're going to be creating sales pages, obviously, that convert, like the title says, and we created an entire template for you to access and to follow along with it. Now, in addition to the template, I'm actually going to be going through each individual section with you step by step, so I'm really excited to just dive right in. But first, before we begin, we do need to talk about some pro tips that we've outlined inside of that template. So I'm going to break presentation mode here, and I'm going to dive into that Google document /PDF download if you wanted to download it as a PDF and get started with some of the pro tips that are going to really set the tone for this entire training course. All right, so let's get started with the first pro tip. Number one is when I'm writing copy, I really find it super helpful to get outside of the house because it just really helps me to break that routine that I have and helps me just stimulate my creativity. I'm that type of person. I'm just stimulated by my environment. So I head to the library, my favorite coffee shop, or just the park, pull up my laptop, and I can really just not have to worry about the stresses of, my business and my life, etc. I have no interruptions, and that really, really helps. So this is different for everyone, but I want you to really find what that is for you and make sure that you're setting yourself up for success wherever you are, right? Because it's going to take a serious brain power to really create your sales copy. So you don't want to do this on a day when you're exhausted, you have tons of interruptions, because you're just not going to have that state of flow that is so important as you create your sales copy. Another thing that is really important as you kind of go through this process is that you really want to make sure that you are clear on your ideal client, right? If you haven't had a chance to complete our ideal client avatar training program, highly recommend doing that inside the Business Lounge. I'm going to link to it as well so that you have that, readily available. So I would pull out, a copy of that, whether it's on your tablet, on your computer, print it out, bring it with you so that you're writing copy for that specific ideal customer and nobody else. It's going to help you stay super, super focused. And then the third thing is testimonials, for me at least, are a huge source of inspiration. They really help to set the tone and bring that awareness because I feel like, we experience our products and our programs and our services in a completely different way, right? It's like a lot of us kind of tend to get so involved in our own products and our own offers that we forget how our clients experience them. And so really getting into that process of understanding your client's kind of mindset and what they feel is the solution that you're bringing to the table makes a huge difference. So one of the things I do, and it's literally my favorite hack, is I just pull out my testimonials and I go through and really look into the actual language that my clients are using. Some of the best hooks I have ever come up with, and we'll talk about hooks in the next lesson. So the very best hooks, the very best sales copy I've ever written comes directly from client testimonials, right? It's the way that they explain it. And it's so much more relatable when it's coming from my existing customer. So highly recommend that if you do have testimonials, kind of just utilize this hack. It's going to serve you. And then the third thing, I guess not third, but fourth is please do not forget that if you have questions, right? If you just need feedback, if you get stuck at any point in time, please come over to the forum or the private Facebook group, if you are a member of the Business Lounge, because you have access to me, 5 days a week. You can ask unlimited questions. You can submit this to be reviewed during our sales page critiques, which we do frequently. And that just brings a whole nother level to the game. So highly, highly recommend that. And with that, we're going to close the first kind of prep lesson and jump into the next section where it's going to be really hands-on. And we're going to go through the rest of this document, which is coming up with your hook and really understanding that aspect of your sales copy. So let's get into that one.